You are about to listen to an exclusive interview on Maximum Threshold Radio. Thanks for listening to us at MaximumThreshold.net. Horns up, fists in the air.
Yeah, I know when that happens what I should do. Hello, Maximum Threshold, you're on the air.
Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Yes.
Who is this?
Were you trying to just call me dumb?
Yeah.
Ted here.
What's going on,
With the
Ted?
blade.
Yeah, what's shaking, Bacon?
Nothing, just listening to you guys carry on. And I heard, the audio kept popping in and out on the flash chat there, or whatever. So, I better walk in the other room because it's kind of delay there. What's happening?
It can't possibly be from our end. You should see the professional setup we're working with. We got two.
I hear Karan's Oval playing.
That's
Sounds
right.
good.
We have 2 tin cans. Ow. A wire.
I kept going to a new tab trying to get the audio back. Then I come back in and I heard Karan's. I'm like, oh, cool. So, but now it seems to be playing steady. So,
cool.
like I said, I got to walk in the other room because the delay's messing my head up a little bit from my computer.
It'll only be playing steady for like a minute or so.
And then it'll pop out. So, hey, Saturday night, it's all right for partying. What's happening?
Nothing, man. We're just here, just shooting the shit here, just talking some stuff, and
I heard. Well, a little bit. Love the show. Big supporter.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, you've been listening to us for years, man.
Sorry.
Yes, I have. Matter of fact, the last time, I think it was a while ago, but we did an interview right after we released Graveyard Empires, and we just released digitally our new album, The Sun and Time, out on all your favorite internet outlets, iTunes, Amazon Plus, all kinds of stuff. There's about 20 of them. And, of course, all your torrenting that you can kind of nibble off of, which people tend to do these days.
Yeah.
But that's okay. However we get it out there, we get it out there. You know, it's all good.
So are you guys signed with any label or anything right now, or how are you running this one?
Well, we released this digitally on Epirus Records, but we are heavily affiliated with Auburn Records, and we're thinking about maybe possibly having a, when we come out with the physical distribution end of it, talking to Bill Peters and see if he wants to team up with us on that. But he's I don't know if he's really big on the digital thing. So when we decided to release it this route to kind of keep up the trends, we just kind of didn't know what to put on there because we kind of went off the grid a little bit when we kind of went on our own and did the recording with Neil Zaza out in Akron at the Audio Kitchen, which was a fantastic experience. So we were just trying to help Bill out a little bit because he's super busy and, the budgets these days with the economy. So we just kind of branched out. But we're still really, really heavy affiliated with Auburn Records.
Nice.
And like I said, when we come out with the physical copies, maybe we can kind of, because he's got a lot of distribution outlets with the physical stuff. I don't know if he really deals a lot with the digital.
Mm-hmm.
But
for the people who aren't
what's that?
For the people who aren't familiar with your band, you guys aren't, you guys actually had some really good shows that you guys done. You want to talk about some of the places that Lick the Blade has played?
Oh, yeah. Over the years, we've opened up for a few. We opened up for Loudness. We opened up for...
Wait, did you say
Exodus.
Loudness or Rodness? Roudness.
Loudness at the old Peabody's now / the Agora or whatever. I don't even know what it's really called. I guess it's just the Agora now, right?
Yes.
Matter of fact, not to change the subject, just seeing Michael Schenker there Tuesday night, and it was fantastic. Holy mackerel. Boy, he shredded it up. So that was cool. But we, let me see, of course we had the Headbangers Open Air Festival that we played over in Brande, Hornerkerken, Germany back in 2009. That was a pretty hellacious experience. That was fantastic, pretty life-changing. I'm trying to brainstorm here. Oh, we opened up for Paul Di'Anno a couple Christmas Eves ago at the Agora. That was a cool show to meet Paul Di'Anno, the original singer from Iron Maiden. Got to talk to him a little bit, go behind stage and shoot the shit with him. And then we opened up for, I don't know if you guys remember Blaze Bayley.
Yeah, Maiden.
He sang for Iron Maiden for a couple albums in the mid-'90s, I believe.
Wasn't he in Wolfsbane?
He was in Wolfsbane, yes.
Never heard of him.
And and that was at Peabody's as well. And we got a chance to kind of, hang out with him after the show and gave him a shirt, gave him a CD. And like I said, he was completely cool. And it was a damn shame because there was only probably about 50, 60 people, if that, at Peabody's. Oh, wow. He gave... The one thing I really appreciate about not Paul D, well, him too, but Blaze Bayley, is the energy that this guy put into his performance. He performed like there was like 800 people out there. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy just came out and just kicked ass, and he was a completely awesome individual. And so I had to ask him, I'm like, I said, Blaze, what was it like singing for Iron fucking Maiden? And he elaborated, and he was like, well, mate, because he's from Birmingham himself, and we talked about that. But he was like, you're in the minor leagues, mate, and you move up into the big leagues, and every performance you got to give 100%, which, could you imagine that, singing for Iron Maiden?
I could.
90,000, 80,000, just going around the world. I guess you'd really have to step up. And like I said, that was a pretty cool experience opening up for him and getting that kind of behind the music type situation.
Gotcha.
And of course we did the little thing out Tequila Jack's here recently, which was completely fun. What a great place to play.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Well, we got to hang out with you, Dom. That was the best part about it. You know what I mean? He's like, bullshit. No, come on, man.
It's not actually, that place could have been a really cool place.
It could have been, and I'm just saying that because it was a cool experience that night as well. Great sound system, nice stage, big place. Just
Poorly run.
Do you care to elaborate on that?
Yeah,
poorly run.
That's right. Yeah.
Bunch of bullshitters.
Yeah, a lot of.
He's like, no comment. I heard about the whole Kill Devil Kill thing. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that shafting that you guys received.
And we had nothing to do with that.
We had a lot of really cool shows, and right now what we're doing, we just acquired a new guitarist, Mr. Tim Broadhead, and I just want to kind of formally throw that out there that, he is in the works of kind of catching up with us with all the material, the handful that we're going to keep doing off of Graveyard, and we're getting him up to snuff on the Sun and Time. But I give the guy credit because he joined the band, and we had a couple gigs lined up, and we're like, hey, not to throw you into the fire, but, could you, do these shows while you, now? So when you seen him at Tequila Jack, he literally had, 2 practices to get this stuff learned, the set that we kind of threw together for that show. And he really, really stepped up and hammered, kept the rhythms down and just did it, I didn't know if you could tell or not that he was new, but I think he really gave it a killer go there.
Yeah, he did
so
good.
That's what we're doing now. We're stepping back, letting him kind of catch up with us. And then, like I said, online, we're just kind of promoting it. We will be coming out with physical copies here not too long. Well, maybe by March or so, we should have physical copies. But let me ask you a question. What do you think about the current state of, the physical distribution versus, the digital distribution? Are you old school? Because I know, especially over in Europe, there's still, they still like to have that copy in their hand. They're big in the vinyl still over there. I just wanted to, see what your thoughts were about that, Dom.
In my part, doing the radio program and always being audio and stuff like that, I prefer the MP3s, that version. Just because I have to catalog it all, and it's a pain in the ass to take the CD, and then pop it in there and then record it, and put it in and transfer and this blah blah blah. That's a bunch of steps. I mean, I get so much music. We're sort of like A&R kind of people over here, but if I wasn't doing this role over here, I mean, I love looking at CDs. I love opening it up and actually holding it. And the first thing I do is always go in there and just checking it out, man. I love it.
He looks at the CD, like all the liner notes, just to see if he's thanked in them.
So?
Well, I tell you what, Dom.
Yeah.
When we do come up with the physical CDs, we're definitely going to have to thank you in there. And like I said, big thanks go to you guys for the Maximum Threshold show and what you guys and all your support through the years. And like right now, it's just we're just kind of gearing up. Like I said, we're letting this guy get up to snuff. We're going to start hammering. Going to start working on some new material too here soon. But first things first, let him get up to gear, and then we're trying to focus on the really good shows. Now, in Cleveland, it's kind of rough right now because, I don't know, the scene just kind of like, it's kind of weird, and you can kind of agree with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you're really holding out until you can play with Morning Wagon.
That's right.
Amen. How did you took the words right out of my mouth.
So let me.
You're exactly right. We should definitely do a show with Morning Wagon. That's a given. So let me just say the word, man. Just say the frickin' word. I can cut. Say the fucking word.
Bird's a word. Bird. Hey, so let me ask you this: Lick the Blade. Is the blade a thinly veiled euphemism for a penis?
You know what? Okay. Some would think so, but actually, I think I might even told you this story about how the name came about. And, that was Tom Mocumber. He's no longer with us. We kind of parted ways with him a little over a year ago, and he actually came up with the name. I guess this was before I joined the group. The name was already there. Him, and he's been in the slasher movie, so they're drinking beer and they're watching this slasher movie, and I guess they were eating on a watermelon or something. And his buddy takes a knife and he starts jamming it into this watermelon. Well, he pulls the frickin' knife out of the watermelon and he starts licking it, and then the proverbial, oh, you know what a cool name for a band would be, man? Lick the Blade. And that's pretty much, I mean, if you want that innuendo to be, you could, you can think of it any way you want, but that's the true story about actually how the name came about. And you know what? That's actually a good song. We should probably just kind of keep with that story, that it's actually an innuendo sexually. So maybe it would sell better.
I like to think that, like, Morning Wagon would be the perfect name for a battle of the badly named bands.
It's not that bad a name, though.
Amen.
I hate the name.
How about the Morning Wood Wagon?
Well, there is a band called Morningwood out of New York with a female singer
we've had them on the show before.
She's kind of like that The Vinyls I Touch Myself chick. Like, at first glance, you're like, oh, she's not bad. Then you realize that she's like an overstuffed sausage. Like she's chubby.
That's good. Matter of fact, I have heard of them. Tell you the truth, honest to God, I've heard of Morningwood, and I'm thinking maybe that's it. And they did have a female singer.
And do you, in fact, still get Morningwood?
But you could still go Morning Wood Wagon, because as long as it just ain't Morning Wood, you won't get sued if there's any copyright situations going on there.
Do you in fact still get Morningwood?
That's a good question.
You know what? If I have to whiz. No, I was kidding. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, damn it.
Every once in a while I do too.
That's a blessing.
But you start getting in your 40s, it's not like when you're like a teenager in your 20s, but yes, I will definitely say yes on that.
What about you, Diabetes?
What do I?
Yes,
Damabetes. That's your new name. Damabetes.
not an often thing, but when I do.
Are you going to tell them the Kentucky story? I love that story.
No, I can't do that.
We'll save that for another time.
Would you like to say goodbye to Dom's foot?
What's that?
Would you like to say goodbye to Dom's foot?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You guys are fun.
I don't get morning wood a lot, but sometimes when I do, it's like
you get happy
rock hard.
You're like, fuck yeah.
It's like, how am I going to pee with this? Am I going to do a headstand?
Then it's
and you know, like, you see those commercials for like erectile dysfunction.
It
makes it sound like it's good to have it.
Right.
Like you got a nice muscle car and some hot older chick, and you know, like you don't have to wear rubber with them hot older chicks because their eggs are rotten.
That's right.
You can just fucking blast all up inside them. And it's like, if you have a hard-on for more than 4 hours,
party on.
Call another girl over.
Yeah, I always laughed at that because it's like, if you experience an erection for more than 4 hours, please consult your physician. Shit. And everybody else, you know what I mean? Yeah. If it's lasting that long, call everybody. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine?
Party on, Wayne.
Could you imagine, you take your Viagra, you and your lady are about to get down, she gets mad at you, and you're stuck with a hard-on for 4 hours. Party. How many times have you jerked off?
You know, and only men can identify with that because, you know, that has to be the worst. And you know, to be denied A and then B for 4 hours, and they're like, no, what do I do? It's kind of like in that movie Forrest Gump when he just stops and he has all those people following him. They're way out in the frickin' desert, and he goes, I'm kind of tired.
I think I'm going to go home now.
And then they're like, well, what do we do now? That would probably what it would feel like, you know,
or even worse,
stuck in that.
If you had a 4-hour erection, but you were a premature ejaculator, and you were like every 2 strokes you were coming, and eventually it was like dust, and then it was your gallbladder, and then it was your tonsils, and like pretty soon your dick is like. It's like dry heaving, nothing coming out, but one like really slow swimmer that didn't make the cut the first 10 loads.
Just falls down.
Dude, that would be like complete like Twilight moment there. You know, the Twilight Zone, Boner Edition.
It's like meeting a hot chick with herpes.
Yeah,
you can't do anything.
Oh God, it's like man, you carry that shit around like luggage.
Damn,
it's like rain on your wedding day.
It's like mud on your helmet.
That's completely horrible.
Can
you imagine?
It's like having peanut. You know? It's like having a jar of peanut butter and no dog to lick it off your balls.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with
oops, you. Did I say that out
loud? Don, do you care to elaborate on that?
No, not on that one, but did you?
It's not crunchy peanut butter. That would be gross.
Yeah, that is because that really gets stuck.
Yeah, and plus the dog's sitting there just like, oh God, why crunchy?
They start gnawing.
The dog's like, why crunchy? And then you got to sit there and deal with that. You know, that would suck.
Are you talking
literally get it?
Are you talking about licking it off a dog?
No, no.
I'm sorry.
You're putting words in my mouth, man. Do not put that in the press release. Do not put that in there.
Okay.
God bless America. Anyway, I love you guys' show. You guys rock.
So, I saw this thing like in the Cleveland musicians group, and it asked what your favorite old school Cleveland bands were. Did you grow up in Cleveland?
I didn't grow up in Cleveland. I mean, I grew up in where I live now, Delyria, but the suburb of Cleveland.
So what?
And I did see that posting. I'm trying to think back. One of them would be like Destructor.
Okay.
Destructor back in the day. Shadows. Local? Are you talking local bands?
Like a Cleveland, Akron. You can even throw in Delyria, Lorraine bands. I can't say Lorraine without getting a pit in my stomach.
Yeah, it's kind of like the sphincter of northeastern Ohio. That is, like Lorraine County.
I married a girl.
Would you agree?
I married a girl after dating her for 2 weeks. She lived in Lorraine. I can't drive like west without getting a ball in my stomach and wanting to go find her and run her over.
That's hot.
So my wife's from Lorraine too. So
what's her name? Her name isn't Stephanie by any chance, is it?
I grew up here. This is home, but all the shit that you say is true. I mean, what can I say? I'm just stalling because I'm trying to think of what my favorite local band would be. Back in the day, oh man, there was quite a bit to choose from.
Mine.
And I'm trying to narrow one down. The one Ripper used to sing for Winter's Bane.
Yeah, I used to go
see
Winter's
really
Bane.
Good.
Yeah,
Ritual. You had Ritual. Shoot, man. Did you guys get into the Spud Monsters at all? Remember the Spud Monsters?
I put 4 bands up. I put the Spud Monsters, Virgin Destroyers, Out of the Blue, and 8 Ball.
I seen Out of the Blue a lot.
I love the Spud Monsters.
Spud Monsters would probably be up there. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go back because there was a handful of them. You had Environmental Hazard. Those guys were really good.
Yeah,
remember them guys?
Yeah, I actually listen. I have their album when they changed their name to Environmental, and I listen to it once every couple weeks. Good album.
Mine was Purgatory. I got into them.
Purgatory.
With Frank Romano.
Damn it, I forgot. Yes, Crush the White Cross. I knew it was in there. Thanks, Dom.
Yeah.
Purgatory.
I love that.
You know what I mean? I actually ran into Jeff Hatrix at one of our shows at the Beachland, and, we're just sitting there shooting the shit, and I said, hey, Jeff, what would really be cool is, because Purgatory was on Auburn Records back in the day as well. And I said, it would be awesome if you guys would just get together again and we could open up for you like a reunion. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
And Jeff looks at me and goes, that would be fantastic. But the only problem is that, all the guys in Purgatory are really spread out, different states. So it would be kind of hard to kind of gather them all up to make that happen. But one day it might. You never know. I'll talk to Bill. I'll say, hey, Bill, make it happen, brother.
That would be nice. I seen
the Godfather of Cleveland Metal, Bill Peters.
Oh yes, Bill Peters, great man.
Bill Peters, gotta love Bill Peters, man. What a great guy. We had some great times over in Deutschland too. Oh my God, it's the stories. It's the fucking stories that you come back with. When you do these overseas trips. And we hope we can do it again. Like I said, I just seen them Tuesday night at Schenker. What a great crowd. And I said, Bill, we need to get back there, bro. Let's get it. It's just so god-awful expensive. Unless you can get a way where you can get a lot of it paid for, man, is it expensive.
Yeah.
But it's if you can make it happen, it's definitely worth it.
Anybody come back?
Like I said,
come back with a souvenir like the clap or anything like that?
No. I stayed faithful and true.
Oh, what kind of stories is that?
But I tell you what,
listening.
I drank about 10,000 beers, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost turned German. I drank some of the best fine brewed beer you'll ever drink over there, I tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just that, it was just all the people you meet, and they're just so into them. Dude, if you go over there, it's just, imagine 1984 again here. Remember how it was in the mid-late 80s here with during the Z-Rock era?
Yeah.
And, when actually there were shows at the Fantasy Theater. I've seen many shows there. It was like that over there. It's like it never changed. It's like I went into some type of, time warp. I'm like, when I got on stage over there in front of, we played in front of, 35 here, and then went over there, it was, over 2,000. We were the first band. And I'm like, holy crap. I've arrived. So, yeah, it's fantastic. But I don't think anybody came back to clap, though. Oh. There was a lot of people clapping.
But not for you, right?
and throwing their fists in the air. That was fantastic.
So who were your influences as a lead vocalist?
Oh, early on, I heard you guys talking about it, and that's when my audio was cutting in and out. You were talking about Queensryche. When I first started getting into it, it was actually Bruce himself, Mr. Dickinson. I remember hearing, Live After Death in early school. I was like, wow. I was like, this is awesome. This is what I want to do, but how do I do it? And he was like one of the first that had an impression on me. But vocally, I kind of, through time, I realized I kind of aimed a little bit more towards like, at one time it was Jeff Tate from Queensryche, the early Queensryche. Like you said, Dom, Queen of the Reich.
Yeah.
The next
Lady
album was
Black.
really good, The Warning.
Warning.
And then, yeah, that was a good album, Warning. Rage for Origin was kind of kooky, but it had some good songs. It was just really digital.
Yeah.
And you guys, I think, mentioned it earlier, Operation Mindcrime.
Oh, it's classic.
Best concept album ever, hands down. What a brilliantly vocal, written, the way it was structured. That album had a big impact on me as far as vocals.
Speaking of that
but
record,
then, Ray Adler from Fates Warning.
Yeah.
He was a big influence. Of course, Dio. Little liberal spritzing of Dio. Rob Halford, come on. And actually, Rip Owens, to tell you the truth, when he joined Judas Priest, I really, thought of him as like an influence on me because of, we pretty much kind of had the same influence like Rob Halford. But I liked, Ripper Owens had that kind of like that more grittier edge to him, which I really enjoyed. And so I kind of like, have him kind of as an influence as well. Who else? I mean, there's a lot of them. James LaBrie from Dream Theater. Excellent vocalist. God bless America. But it started, I think it started out with Jeff.
What about
Tate
El Duce from The Mentors?
What's that?
El Duce from The Mentors?
Yes, he was definitely an influence on me as well. You got Golden Showers, Shit Tower. What was that one?
On your face, I leave a shit tower. Hey, we're like 50 minutes into this interview, and we never asked to tell everybody where they can find your music at.
Whoops, sorry, we kind of did go off on this tangent, didn't we? You can go to our Facebook, www.facebook.com/licktheblade. You can just Google us at licktheblade.com. We totally revamped our website, and you can find all this stuff is connected to our website. So as you just Google Lick the Blade and go to our main website, all these links and everywhere you can find our music is on. You can get it. It's attached right to our website. You can go to our Twitter, our Facebook, Reverb Nation, all that crap. It's hooked up to our licktheblade.com. But you can find it on iTunes. You can find it on like Amazon. Now, all you people out there that are maybe, hey, I want a physical copy. It's not going to be like the physical copies we're eventually going to come out with here soon. But Amazon Plus, if you order they'll actually print you up a physical copy, and it'll have like kind of like the album cover, which is on our website. That we actually have. You can go on there. You can the Kranzabel, the first one you played tonight. There's like a lyric video on there, reviews, all kinds of stuff. So to keep everything up to snuff, we got that on there. I'm trying to think, but yeah, like I said, Twitter, Facebook. Like I said, there's several different digital outlets that we have the music available right now. But I think it's cool that Amazon Plus will actually, for like $8, they'll send you a physical copy.
Cool.
And stuff. I hear Voyage of the Damned playing now. That's pretty cool.
That's right.
Probably one of my favorites off of Graveyard.
What's the hardest song for you to sing live?
What's that?
What's the hardest song for you to sing live?
The hardest song for me to sing live would probably be, probably Resistance, Rebellion, Death off of Graveyard. That's probably like one of the, because of the key it's in, and it's just like a banshee wailer from start to finish. That's probably one of the hardest. Off of Sun and Time, they're all pretty, nothing's like really the hardest. They all have like their own, how can I say this, their own like integrity as far as like, because it kind of changed, we have like 3 or 4 different people that write in the group. So Mike, our bass player, Mike Kurtz, he writes a lot of like that, epic-y stuff, like the one you're playing now. He wrote that. He writes out the really super maideny stuff, the super melodic, epic-y kind of written stuff. Where like French writes the more kind of straight out. But it's funny because whether it's more thrashy or melodic or epic, it always kind of somewhere in the middle. We come back to that Lick the Blade style, with the dueling harmonies and all that good stuff. So, but I think one of the toughest ones to probably sing would be Resistance, Rebellion, and Death, and maybe what was that off of Graveyard? Royal Blood. Royal Blood was a little bit of a screamo too. But it's all good.
Let's see, just a couple more things here and we'll let you get going. But definitely, man, I really appreciate you sticking it out and talking with us for the last half hour and just getting the word out there about Lick the Blade and everything else, man.
I appreciate it, Dom, and like I said, thanks for all the support. I know everyone's busy and everything, but like I said, I try to catch the show as much as I can, and I'm always trying to post stuff to get people to your show, tell them to get into the chat room. You guys really got a good thing going on here, and what else can I say? You guys rock.
Sweet. What song would you like for us to play for you tonight off any of your music, any Lick the Blade stuff?
Let me see. Well, you already played Quran's. What else have you played already?
I've been playing.
I think we played your whole catalog.
Damn. I have been on the phone for a while, haven't I? I mean, have you played anything else off of Sun and Time yet? Or
let's see.
I know you played Quran.
Yeah, I played that. I played the Sun and Time. I played Blood Soaked. I didn't play the Mark and Nero though.
Why don't you play the Mark and Nero if you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
That's a good one. That's the opening track off the new album, The Sun and Time.
Okay.
Out on all your favorite internet fucking outlets.
Nice.
Digital outlets. I'm sorry, digital. But we're starting to get some reviews already over in Europe. We got some reviews pending out of Brazil, Hungary, I believe Russia, and did I say Hungary already?
Yeah, I think you did.
So we got some stuff out there internationally, and like I said, we're just gearing up to release it in the physical format. Which it's funny because with the trends that no one's buying CDs anymore, which I think they are. But, it all depends. I guess what do you think the biggest age group that, that this is happening with I think maybe the younger kids are doing the downloading more.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it everybody?
I think
it's the older folks, 60 to 80.
That's a good age group.
You guys with your goddamn Martha, how do you do this? Yeah, I can see that 60, 80. You're funny. What's this thing do? Geez, if they're even up that late, it's like, Jesus Christ. A shot of Geritol and a little bit of,
That's all you need.
But, anything else, Don?
No, that's it, man.
Well, you guys, have been very, very comedic and very therapeutic on this Saturday evening.
Thank you. We try. That's
and
what
I
we
just
do
want to say, what's that?
We're here to save lives.
Yes, we're here to
you guys
kiss hands and shake babies.
That's right.
You know what? Hey, you got to do what you got to do. But I appreciate you guys giving me a ring, and it's been really wonderful chatting with you guys. And remember, everybody out there and MaximumThreshold.net land, go and check out Lick the Blade. Just Google us, licktheblade.com. Check out the website. Hit us up on, like us on Facebook. Hit us up on the tweeter, and hopefully, we'll get on some pretty cool shows this year. We tried to get on the Iced Earth bill, but we couldn't manage to kind of squeeze our ass in there.
Oh.
So,
I know.
Yeah,
there's something I wanted you to hear. Listen to this. Listen close.
You're listening.
Oh, I gotta turn this up. Wait a minute. Here we go. That's a good one.
You're listening to the MaximumThreshold.net. This is Ted Anderson from Lick the Blade. And everybody out there, stay metal.
You know, I remember that. I was I drank about a half a bottle of wine while I was talking to you guys that night.
Nice.
You guys rock. Thanks so much.
No problem, man. Have yourself a good one.
You guys, too. I'll be listening to the show.
Sounds good, man.
Take care, guys.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. There you go.
And here you go, man.
Who said metal's dead?
That's right. And here's the Mark and Nero. This is some Lick the Blade. We'll be back after this here on Maximum Threshold. Your Maximum Threshold.
Let's see if Dom can eat this whole container of Chinese food while he's playing this song.
We'll try.
The one who has risen out of the sea, bearing the name of blasphemy. This 16th of 7, great reigning hells, invokes the dragon's eternal will. On top heads of diadems, the horror veil drinks of Babylon in her fire well. The beast is to the dragon as the whore is to the beast. The usurpation of his throne, the future he sees. One who may understand, so too shall see. That on the brow of his kind is the mark of the beast. One who has risen out of the sea, the image of the beast mere allegory, the city of the damned and reckless rule, bring forth the morns of 42. From this land he rises, clear of all, sets the wheel in motion for man's fall. The beast is to the dragon as the whore is to the beast. The usurpation of his throne, the future he sees. One who may understand, so too shall see. That on the brow of his kind is the mark of the beast. The mark of the The beast is to the dragon, as a whore is to the beast. The usurpation of his throne, the future he sees. Granted by the dragon's great authority, abomination on the grounds, come from the
You have just listened to an exclusive interview on Maximum Threshold Radio. Thanks for listening and please visit us at MaximumThreshold.net.